Peace, my friends. Welcome. Welcome back to my space. I'm up here. I'm recording this message Wednesday, Mercurial Day, September 17th, 2025. Let's journey to the Palace of Wands, the fire element. Messages to check in on our Arian, Leo, Sagittarian placements. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to start out with Aries. Hope that's not too loud. I'll just speak louder. The landscapers are in the background. When it comes to Aries, what area of life is being highlighted for Aries at this time? A journey, maybe the ninth house. Oh, that is distracting. I'm going to keep going. The fifth house, Aries in the fifth house. I want to say yikes, but the fifth house has to do with children, entertainment, creative expression. As far as entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Your romantic life, okay? For me, it's also like the type of parent-child dynamic, like what kind of parent-child dynamic you will have. So, Aries is there. Maybe a Sagittarius rising. All right, but let's see. Let's get one more card. Why is the fifth house showing up for Aries right now? What's going on in the fifth house for Aries? We have the masculine, the youthful one. Okay. Aries is in the vibe of I'm feeling more so creativity. I'm getting less romance. We'll see, but more so taking a risk. It could be taking a risk around creativity. Like I'm just gonna do it. This vibe here. Ooh, got the moon. Maybe. Maybe. There's the mature woman here. So whether this man, this masculine, this action taker in general, is actually young in chronological age, like I would say younger than 33, right? Whether they're younger than 33 or not, in some way they do. I just got out of their league. Okay, there's a some type of gap in maturity, linear age, something like that. But this mature person is looking at the clock, so maybe it's the mature. Oh, I forgot. You can't be showing things on YouTube. Maybe this mature person is the one that's saying time is ticking. It may not be the masculine that's concerned about this clock, this time, or whatever, but it does have to do with commitment. So maybe it is romance. I mean, we are in the Palace of Wands, fire and desire. Okay, but let's see how Aries is showing up. It could be the mature, receptive party, feminine party, whatever. Could be a physical woman that's saying, listen, time is wasting, or something about time. Lily, I think those tarot cards are nonsense, offense, or whatever. Why would I take offense? I just wonder, why do y'all feel the need to voice that? Like, why do you feel the need? And it's not just with tarot or anything. Like, why do people feel the need that they have to state their opinion? Like, do you expect the recipient to be like, oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this? You're right. No offense. I think it's not. Why are you here then? You know what I'm saying? Go have a nice day. Samia, what's going on? There, no offense taken. I'm a Libra stellium. Okay, I have 5 Libra placements. A big part of what I'm here to do is not agitate. Okay, it's to either keep the peace or annihilate shit. Okay, and I have no problem annihilating anything. So you can get the fuck on. Peace. How is Aries showing up? How is Aries showing up in this situation? You welcome, Samyak. Just give her space. How is Aries showing up right now? Tree of Life in reverse. Maybe that's why this immature person is showing up right now. The Tree of Life in this deck for me is just like everything in general. When it comes to career path, when it comes to family, just life in general, just seems to be like I don't know what I'm doing. So, but for this Aries message, it's showing up mostly in the romantic, children, creative area of life. So for this Aries message, it's like I don't even know what I want to do as far as that's concerned. That's how Aries is showing up. Like, it may not even be a part of my destiny or what I want to have in my life. So, when it comes to this situation, there is a receptive party that is mature, is ready. Okay. Again, chronological age could be a factor. Like, listen, biological clock is ticking, or we've been messing around for a while. I know we have feelings for each other with the moon. Like, when is this commitment coming? And it looks like Aries is showing up like, listen, I don't really think that that's in the cards for me, or you know what I'm saying? All right. 7 of coins in reverse, Queen of coin in reverse. Somebody, and it's most likely the receptive party, either feels like they're wasting their time, okay, or this Aries person situation, like they're not putting in the effort. Like, I'm sick of, you just giving me a little bit. Like, there is, and maybe this receptive party also feels like they're being taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Because Queen of Pentacles reverse also gives me a vibe of taking my kindness for a weakness. So it's like, what's your final answer, Aries? Judgment with the Ten of Swords. Like, yeah, a lot of coins here. A lot of, when it comes to this situation in the romantic sector, okay, like it gives a vibe of like, okay, enough fooling around. It's almost like a what are we type situation, or where is this thing gonna go? Because I feel like I'm, spending resources where I shouldn't. Okay, it's very feminine, on the feminine side. The receptive party is wanting the action taker, the masculine, to like, I guess essentially put a ring on it. Okay, 7th house things. Like, are we gonna do this or not? What is the advice for Aries? I will, if you're here, because with these messages, I don't really do personal questions, but I will, Samyak, if you're still here. But let's see, what is the advice for Aries? Judgment in reverse. Okay, I feel like the advice for Aries is just say it. I kind of feel like you already know that this is not for you. Okay, and with the Ten of Swords that I saw before, I kind of feel like y'all been here before. Okay, maybe y'all broke up and got back together, or whatever the situation is, or maybe it was a whole nother situation. Maybe you were in a whole nother situation where it got to this point of commitment, and it's like, here we are again. You know what I'm saying? It could be, I guess it could be difficult if you know that you're the type that you don't necessarily want to settle down contractually or otherwise. And then it gets to the point where somebody is saying, okay, well, we've been messing around for a while, or maybe, I want kids or something like that. But it feels like Aries, here we go again. And, it's time to have that conversation. Ace of Coins in reverse with the devil and the Five of Wands. For this situation, it's giving me a little bit of, I'm going to use Neo as an example. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just know that you want to do things your way. And I feel like, addictions could be at play. Some Aries could know, like, listen, I like doing what I want to do, how I do it. I know that I may have some toxic ways or whatever, but I kind of feel like whatever. I don't know if Aries is okay with it. I don't know if Aries is okay with it, but that's where they are. Okay. Like, I don't want to start nothing new, like really build with you. Like, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay. It is what it is. I'm getting a no recipient. Okay. You know how like some readers are like, oh, this is a cross watcher reading. I kind of get that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody wanting to know, is Aries going to commit to me? No. No. In this romantic situation, children situation, or whatever the situation is, devil card, Five of Wands, like, no. This is not what you want. Chaser, recipient, you are the chaser. Even if you're saying, listen, I'm over here minding my business, being patient, waiting, or whatever the situation is, my advice would be to, move along. Okay. In pursuit, convincing, rejection, let them go and let it be. Okay. Transformation, surrender, winter, hesitation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, some Scorpio things going on somewhere in this situation. Maybe it's time for you to transform, recipient or whatever. Let's get 3 cards for the feminine. Maybe you feel like damn, I put so much time, I put so much effort. Like, I don't want it all to be for nothing. Like, sometimes it's just how it be. Cut your losses. That's where that comes in. Somebody's like, oh, well, they don't want to grow up. That's their prerogative. 5th house, Leo, something. It's like, I don't want to be lonely. Or I already feel lonely, or whatever the situation is. Okay? 0 point. That's like a reset. 0 point is also like my rock bottom card, or clean slate card. All right. And this is in the emotional. And maybe you do think that they are the divine masculine, like your twin flame or whatever. Like, this is my person, this is my partner. But it's not going to help if they have some transformation thing to do. Like, people have to do things on their own. And it's very difficult to allow that when you feel something so strongly. And it could be true. It's here. But we don't want to create, especially messing with the 5th house where children are involved. Okay, that's exactly how that situation shows up, where here goes a kid or some other responsibility that you are solely responsible for because it was difficult to let something go. Retreat, shadow work. All right, let's get 3 cards from the masculine deck. This is absolutely for the receiver, for the one waiting for somebody to take action to commit. This is all your message. And I don't know if this person is a Sagittarius rising, they have Aries placements, an Aries sun, moon, whatever. But this is for you, person wondering about Aries, in your mind, mental, masculine energy, in your air, in your fire, confusion. All right, codependent in some shape, form, or fashion, and sad. All right. Well, boredom, endurance, frustrated. Don't do that. Like, oh, but this is my person. This is my person. They ain't ready yet. And who says they will ever be? That's the way life goes. That's the thing about anything. Like it takes two to tango, literally. Okay, Leo. Let's go to Leo. Did I put that in the right deck? I think I did. Okay. Leo, let's see what area of life is showing up for Leo right now. For Leo, what area of life is being highlighted for Leo right now? Leo. The 7th house. What is that? I'll be drawing blanks. Aquarius rising? If you have Leo in the 7th house. So relationship, Palace of Wands, the fire is in the relationship sector so far. But in the 7th house is more so of a commitment. It may not necessarily have to be a romance commitment. This could relate to business too. But this connection also has to do with open enemies, meaning like the shadow side is very much apparent in some way. Okay. Um, having to deal with things that maybe you don't fancy as much, whether it's within yourself or the being reflected by the other person somehow. All right. 7th house is also my house of like new contracts. I just got social gatherings in my head, so that may have to do with the situation right now. 6th house. Okay. The bottom of the deck. Let's see. Why? Tell me more about Leo and what's going on with the 7th house of connection, partnership. Maybe something has to be rectified or balanced. Right? I mean, we have Venus in Leo right now. Maybe right now you may just be thinking about partnerships. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Venus just has you, appreciate in partnerships more, whatever the situation is. Oh, well, there's a decision to make, straight like that. And for some reason, I am getting like maybe this is like it includes more than just you two, because this is like this 22 is standing out to me. So I don't know if most likely there's two, for some reason, two other people, maybe parents or children, also have like hold some weight in this decision. It's not just the two people involved. All right, I see what I get. All right, we got the well. Ooh, with the whip. This is one of my Leo cards, like phony, like phony type cards. Why is the whip with the well? Because this is like everything that you want. You know what I'm saying? Make a wish is gonna come true. Like uh, it's like one of my Pisces cards, like a dream come true. But with the whip, that could be violence, or at the very least, like a lot of pressure. Why is that with the whip? Is somebody who just do they just want to give the facade that they're putting a lot of pressure or that they mean business? It could be that in order to get this desire. This could be an ultimatum. Somebody Leo, somehow in this Leo situation, it could be like an ultimatum type situation. Like this is my final offer, or like for some reason somebody got to feel like even though that may not typically be who they are or how they want to handle the situation. Maybe they just have to play the game and put on some type of brave face or whatever face to put pressure. It's like because I want this, like this is exactly what I want. So mean face or bad cop or whatever the situation in order to kind of get somebody to make a decision. Show me Leo. How is Leo showing up right now? Show me Leo. Two more. Leo. Leo. Show me Leo. Sideways. So right now, Leo is showing up. There's transformation, a big transformation happening. This is giving death and rebirth, like a whole new situation as it relates to a partner in the sideways. Ace of Cups, shared resources. This is kind of whatever this is. I almost wanted to say romantic. I almost wanted to say that, but it doesn't have to be romantic. I am getting that someone in this Leo relationship is literally like under the gun. Like they have a lot of responsibilities or pressure. Maybe they are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I'm saying? Like they going through it, right? Like as far as feeling a lack of energy, weighed down energetically, maybe even spiritually, right? This is the fire. And there is something again that they care about. This Ace of Cups is with this well. Like this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. But mentally, it's like I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Somebody's like that. Economically, it could be difficult with the Five of Pentacles there. And it's like this situation could change my life. It really could. But I'm tired, like they need to make a decision. What is the advice for Leo? Look at this skeleton, like I'm dying here. I'm dying here, man. The Aries on this snake head is sticking out to me. Like maybe again, Leo, it seems like Leo needs to take the initiative to force a decision. This could change my life. This is what I want. Why am I getting like let me go too? Like let me go. I don't know. I don't know. What the hell, Leo? What is the advice for Leo? Page of Coins. The advice for Leo. This is my smoke and mirrors card. Like, maybe something is just giving the facade that is what you want, but it's really not. There is a facade here. Okay, I saw the mask, and with the Page of Pentacles, that's like somebody just blow, like literally hot air. Whatever they're talking about that they say, because this is, pentacles, earth, tangible things, 3D things. Somebody's saying that, oh yeah, um, this is a card of communication. So I don't know if somebody, you just talked to somebody or you heard somebody say that they have something that's like, oh my goodness, like that is what I that's what I need. You know what I'm saying? And if you're wondering why they won't make good on it or whatever, it's because it's not true. Something it's not true. Okay, it's not true, Leo. That's why. And maybe like that's why this is sideways. Like it won't change your life. Like yes, whatever it appears that they represent is exactly what you want or what you need. That is true, but I don't think this situation, whatever you're connected to, will materialize into that. King of Wands in reverse, 9 o'clock. I don't know who this is, Leo. If this is you or them, but it's giving like somebody that can barely take care of themselves. Leo, again, a couple of different ways that this can go. Okay. Somebody is like everything. Okay. Another person in their material world, and I'm going to say maybe mostly finances because that's what humans be largely focused on. Okay. Could be health related too. Somebody is willing to do and say anything. Okay. Because they can't support themselves. I saw the 5 of Pentacles. Now we got a 9 of Pentacles in reverse. That's my card of physically I may be feeling ugly or not up to par as I usually am. I can barely support myself. King of Wands is like I'll be anybody you want me to be so long as I get what I want from you. Okay. With the Magician. And here go this Queen of Swords, like taking their time, like really paying attention. A smart person. Okay. You can't pull much off on the swords. Okay. Mental. They don't think about it. They're smart. They're intelligent. They know. Something like that. Okay. And in that instance, the reason why they're not making a decision is because they know, quote unquote, you ain't shit. Okay. Or they know that something is like that in this situation. Okay. There you go. All right. That's why they're not making it official. Okay. That's why they didn't sign the contract yet or, get it back to you or something like that. It's similar to Aries. Similar to Aries. Maybe that's why this Aries was sticking out to me on the snake head. Kind of similar. Fresh start. So for whatever it's hitting for, new opportunity, release the past. This is your second chance. All right. So I feel like again for the other person is like, listen, I don't know if I should really do this. Trust your gut. Okay. Divine timing, hesitation, observe, deception. Again, with the crossroads, with the decision, like I don't know what to do. This is saying don't do it. Let's get 3 feminine cards, deceptive cards. Whoa. Okay. Well, I'll take all of them. I'm only on 3, but karmic cycles. Be aware of doing the same thing over and over and over again, or dealing with somebody that does the same thing over and over again, because you will get dirty too. You have to deal with consequences and repercussions too. All right. And this is what you will receive: spiritual upgrade. Okay. Freedom. Get your Sagittarius on. Personal care. Get your Taurus on. Virgo on. All right. Unspoken words. Okay. Stay silent if you must. All right. I would not deal with this situation. All right. Love and healing, release, despair. All right, let's get 3 masculine cards. This is all in the emotional sector, the receptive. This is what you won't be getting. This is receiving energy, feminine vibes here. This is what you're going to get. All right. Or how you should feel. You're going to get karmic cycles. All right, we got spiteful here. Be aware, sad and longing and compassion. As far as maybe in the mental space, why somebody would feel the need to take action. As far as the masculine, we have these sad, spiteful, longing, and compassion. So be aware of wanting to reach out or go towards something because you feel compassion. Sure, you can feel it. Don't mean you have to necessarily act on it. You know, certain things. Positive, innocent, retreat. Okay. And finally, the Divine Masculine card from the Divine Masculine deck was flipped. Okay. Yeah. There's that. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. That's my partner, my best friend. Sagittarius, you're my best friend. I love it when we get together. I'll be down for whatever when it comes to Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius. For the Sagittarians, what area of life is being highlighted for Sagittarius at this time? What area of life is being highlighted for Sagittarius? Is it the 3rd house? Sagittarius in the 3rd house gives me like a vibe like you ain't never home. Anyway, let's see. The 4th house, kind of similar vibe. If you have Sagittarius in the 4th house, maybe I just got eclectic. Maybe you had eclectic parents, or maybe education was important or something like that. Sagittarius in the 4th, so that would be like what? My brain. Virgo rising. Don't quote me. Virgo rising, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, your personal life is being highlighted right now, Sagittarius. So your domestic life. 4th house also has to do with like, you know, your real estate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like your homeland. For me, it is also history, right? But your private life. Maybe mother might show up here. Okay. Why is the 4th house showing up here for Sagittarius? Security. I like this coming out for the 4th house. You know, so this is what you're striving for, or be aware that this is the goal right now, stability, security when it comes to your domicile, right? Your private life, your home, your family matters. Yeah, success. There may be a choice here. Interesting. I shuffle a lot because, you know, especially when I do these to make sure that it comes out the way it's supposed to. But it's interesting that these two are still here. 1122 too. Interesting. 112233 might mean something. But show me how Sagittarius is showing up right now. somebody may feel like they have to distance themselves from their home, their family, or whatever in order to secure more overall success. You know what I'm saying? Because the 10th house that has to do with your career, what you'll leave behind, your legacy, or whatever, that opposes the fourth house. So sometimes you feel like you have to make a decision either or with opposition. So it feels like at this time for Sagittarius, it could very well be temporary, like no problem, no bad blood or anything. But it gives me a vibe right now for as far as Sagittarius, for whatever reason, whether they're Virgo rising or not, that there's a decision here to kind of expand beyond the home space for more overall success in life. How was security and stability? It could mean taking a job that, means that they'll be homeless or something like that. Not homeless, but not at home as much. So yes, yeah, that's what it is. 10:10 on my clock. Aries. Okay, Sagittarius. What do we have in Aries right now? Neptune in Aries. So for this person, whatever, like the house that they have Aries in, which would be the eighth house, right? If you have Sagittarius in the fourth, you have Aries in the eighth. Like, um, I don't know, it could be they could have a job in finance or insurance or something like that. But for whatever reason, it's like I have to do this now. I'm taking charge. All right. I'm the boss. I gotta do what I gotta do to take care of my family or whatever the situation is. Aries. All right. Nine of Cups reverse, Nine of Swords reverse. This is giving me a vibe of mentally feeling like I'm getting too comfortable because Nine of Cups for me in reverse is too much of a good thing. So I kind of feel like for this Sagittarius situation with the Nine of Swords in reverse, like I got to pay attention to this right now. Like inside, something is telling me that something got to change, right? Drastically. And it most likely has to do with being too comfortable, being in the comfort zone or being too closed in, right? What is the advice for Sagittarius? The advice is, sometimes if you feel like you got too many cooks in the kitchen or too many things going on at once, it may be time to consolidate in some shape, form, or fashion to get it together. But again, this is giving me a vibe of maybe even wasting time. Like, there's a vibe here of feeling like, I'm stagnant here, I'm too comfortable. Maybe the home life is making it too easy for me or whatever. But there's, to me, at least in the mental space, there's like, okay, like it's time to stop playing games, stop fooling around, you know what I'm saying? Or being too concerned with things that's not really going to get me anywhere, like that. Ace of Wands reverse, Lovers in reverse. It could be a romantic situation, but essentially Sagittarius is saying like, I'm not feeling this like at all. Like with the wands, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's kind of serious. Saying like, I don't have any desire to be here, or I like this is not it. Okay, somebody's passion, their desire, whatever, inspiration is not in the fourth house. With the Lover in reverse, like this is not an option. Again, it could be just for right now. It could be for just right now. Control. Okay, maybe somebody feels Sagittarius like I have to be in control of my own life, my own destiny, at least for right now. Okay. The more Neptune, well, I shouldn't say that the more Neptune goes, develops into Aries, progresses through Aries or whatever the situation is. But to me, Neptune in the Aries, for me, the key word is like, I'm the shit, like, and you can't tell me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I am a god, I am a goddess, I am exactly what I say I am. To me, that's Neptune in Aries. Like, it could be dangerous. It could be very dangerous. Okay, but to me, a exalted sense of self. To me, that's Neptune and Aries. Exalted self. Okay. And absolutely can come off as completely delusional to other people. But you can't tell Aries that. Neptune is there. Anyway. Creativity. All right. So they got to go do something elsewhere. It's like one of my Leo cards. Inspiration, productivity, creation, bring out the greatness within. That's where they are right now when it comes to Sagittarius. Like private life, home life, this is what I'm doing. And I know it seems like I'm being delusional or egotistical. That's fine, but maybe this is like an early degree. Aries is somehow involved here too. So some kind of trine going on between Sagittarius and Aries right now. And it's their time to make it happen. Okay, and that's why one of the reasons why why I love astrology, because astrology says it's not all about you, other person. It's about the individual. And two things can be true at one time. Sure, it's delusional for you because you don't have these placements, or this is not this transit isn't happening in this area of life for you. So for you, yes, that's not true. But for this person, it's absolutely true. Psychology, yeah, astrology too. It will humble you quick. Absolutely different strokes for different folks. All right, so reconciliation is here. This is not saying that it's forever. It's the feminine, the receptive party, or whatever. We do have meditation, take a woo-saw somewhere, and we have adoration. Okay, maybe this Sagittarius situation will inspire someone like, wow, they really believed in themselves, and I thought it was delusional, and look at them now. Something like that. All right. We got release, love and healing, and more creativity. So it seems to be some type of trine, maybe a grand trine. Maybe this person has Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries placements. And you about to watch the magic happen or something like that. What's the masculine card for this situation? Yeah, ninth house here. I must go abroad. I must spread my wings. Okay. You got intimacy in the masculine, in the action taker, in the mind space, inspired action, whatever. Intimacy, sacred union. Okay. Conflict. Again, whoever's on the other side of this, of course, voice your opinion. You're going to feel the way that you feel, but I would be careful with saying or doing something where it's like, if you leave, don't ever come back. Check your Pisces. Okay. I know it gets crazy. You know what I'm saying? But check your emotions. Again, meditate when it comes to your feelings, all right? Because to me, like this is something special, this home connection, whatever. All right. You may feel somebody is so selfish, so egotistical, so delusional to go out and do something. But again, people, they got to do what they got to do sometimes. Spiritually, that's what this is, a spiritual thing. And it can be hard when you're closely connected to something like a relationship or home or whatever. But each person is still their own person, even if you a physical twin or triplet or whatever. You still got your own shit you got to do, or it's still going to impact you a little differently than other people, right? We got planning, look, journey and discernment, not personal in relation to another person. It's just personal to this individual. Like, I got to do this. Okay, and if you want to say uh, you don't care about me if you do the whatever, like, listen, that'll be your burning bed or something like that. Okay? Something like that. But Oh no, oh no, Samick. That's. I mean, it could be for you, depending on your placements. But I was doing Sagittarius just now, so I don't know where you have Sagittarius, but it absolutely can relate to you. But you wanted to know about your work, mind, and my career-oriented progress today. To be precise, I want to know about my career. I'm thinking of being a lawyer. Ew, Sagittarius in the building. And currently, Sagittarius, Libra, whatever. And currently, I'm highly, highly invested in politics. Okay. Okay. All right. Hmm. When it comes to lawyers, a political lawyer at that, listen, to me, I'm going to just put it out there. Yes. I would say when it comes, because politics has to do with the public. Okay, politicians, they are in some to a very large degree, they have to represent the public. And right now it's nasty. It's dirty. And over the next 17 years with Pluto being in Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign that correlates to groups of people, right? The public, social circles, right? Whatever. And if that, listen, you're gonna be rolling. You're gonna be able to take your pick in what you deal with. So ultimately, I would say that'll be a great investment for your future if you feel that a political lawyer. Okay, because Pluto is going to be digging up all the dirty when it comes to our society, sex. Okay, that too. Okay, money, power struggles. So you're gonna be able to. It's like a playground for to me. I just got 15 degrees, so maybe when Pluto gets 15 degrees Aquarius, we might see like literally. To me, it's like rolling in the money. Whatever you want to do, sure. Whatever side or however you want to work it, I'll be like, yes. Listen, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the devil. Okay, or it's your decision. I feel like either way, success for you, my friend. Okay, whatever, if you want to represent the powerful corporations or if it's power to the people, it's up to you. And for me, that's been a change for me personally because I've always been like a very what's the word, like not necessarily closed minded, but I could be on my high horse, on my pedestal, like no, you shouldn't be like that. No, people are who they are, and it doesn't matter if we think that they're the scum of the earth. If we think that, that is our it's our job to just distance ourselves from it or be the change that you want to see. But people are who they are and they will do what they do according to how they choose to. And it could be a horrible pill to swallow, but it ain't none of my business. Okay. I just say what I get. Okay. But for sure, I get for you, either way you choose, the key for me is overall success. If I got the fish, it'll just be lucrative. But for me, the key is like a name, a plaque. Yes, the money too, but just overall, your life is successful, no matter what you choose. When I saw that choice card, I don't get like you have to pick either or. I feel like no matter what you choose, you will be successful with your career. So I see you looking like how you said, like you're the devil in this situation. I kind of feel like you know that you're going to be dealing with unsavory characters. Or again, somehow, like you already know, like, listen, I got a lot of unsavory character in me, or something like that. But the mice here, that's dirty dealings. It is. Okay. And here is you like exploring that, like, okay, like how am I going to fit in or how am I going to work that? But again, stability, security. And with the magnifying glass, you may be exploring something that has to do with, difficulty, like, all right, if I do it this way, what's going to be easier or what's going to be harder, like exploring something about the nature in general and how difficult it is. But again, I kind of feel like you pretty much know um, unsavory characters. I don't remember specifically what card you got, but ultimately, I think it was the same vibe. I do know before it was success in your career. I think I mentioned something about children. Um, I think I remember something like you. Now it's putting a different spin, like but like you winning against a bad guy or something like that. I think I remember that with your career, but I think I do remember children and the public. Um, yes, but in it like very like you will be victorious. The type of law, some with your career, and as far as like a lawyer, like I'm not sure, like how the different types of lawyers. I know you say political, but I feel like where you'll be specifically, like your niche, if you will be like settling conflict. So I don't know how that fits into, like, it's almost like a mediator type vibe with your career. Um, like I don't know if you'll be hearing both sides of an argument or something like that. You'll be doing with your career. It's almost like a mediator, peacekeeper. Uh, and it could be dealing with a lot of it will be dealing with like the dirty bottom of the barrel type people, so to speak. Like, damn, you did that, and and like almost like a where's your conscience type vibe. Oh, okay. Well, then that is well, because the lilies for me, because when I got this letter card, is like, to me it's like this is official communication, some serious communication, correspondence, right? That's my letter card, not bickering like the birds, like this is the final say type communication, or this is what it is. And the lilies for me represents, it is a masculine card as far as the action taker, but when it comes to this litigation or this communication or whatever, it's like settling it, okay, like peaceful type situation. Like I feel like, and again with the paths card, the choice card came out twice for you, but I feel like you, or whatever it is, you will be like kind of like the final say. I don't know, it's almost like a judge. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how that fits in or whatever, but that your word would be very impactful on settling things in maybe not so much an amicable way, but that's just what it is. Uh, but there'll be something peaceful about it. Yeah. So congratulations. I don't know. It seems fun, and listen, we all have that. We all got Capricorn and Scorpio, and we all have it in us. Some maybe more than others, but maybe this will satisfy your devious itch. Like tell me all the nasty details. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh wow, like again, like you did that, like wow, or something like that. But not necessarily getting your hands dirty, but it may satisfy. Very successful, and I feel like you'll be interested, like you won't be bored. It may be hard to deal with sometimes, again maybe because of the nature of the cases or whatever, but very very nice. All right, I appreciate y'all though, and thanks for the thumbs up, and I'll see y'all next time.